Okay, listen up, because we need to have a serious conversation. And no, I will not boring you with weather updates or stories about your aunt's cat. We're moving directly into something more critical, survival. Yes, that escalated quickly, but believe me, hang with me here. You'll want to hear this. Consider walking into Dollar Tree for your normal supply of cheap food or party balloons. But suddenly, you come across something that could literally save your life if things go wrong. I'm talking about survival gear. Yes, you read it correctly. Dollar Tree has lately stocked up on preparation essentials that even the most experienced survivalist will want to grab. And here's why you should be concerned. When a store like Dollar Tree starts selling survival gear, you know something's wrong with the world, right? However, these deals will not continue forever. There is a genuine element of surprise here. You'd expect to spend a lot of money on preparation supplies, but now you can get them for $1 or $2, just next to the candy aisle. It almost seems like an inside joke. You're in, if you act quickly. I'm about to show you 10 incredible treasures that were recently added or restocked in Dollar Tree stores across the country. These aren't just random stuff, they're preparing basics that will keep you fed, powered, clean, and safe, all without breaking the wallet. Sound good? Great. Let's dive in. By the end of this, you'll understand why I'm nearly shrieking with a mix of love and sarcasm for you to get to your nearest Dollar Tree right now. Seriously, there's no time to spend. 1. Solar garden lights. First, let's discuss something that literally lights up your life. Solar yard lights. Yes, you have heard me accurately. Those $1.25 solar stake lights you see all over people's yards as decorations? Dollar Tree has recently replenished a supply of these items, which are invaluable to preppers. Because they convert sunlight into a free and renewable nightlight. There is no need for batteries, wires, or electricity. Consider this. The power goes out, your house is pitch black, and everyone else is fumbling around hunting for candles or hoping their phone flashlight holds up. What about you? You have a handful of these solar lights from Dollar Tree that are soaking up the sun all day. When the darkness falls, you bring them inside, and boom, each one emits a nice, relaxing brightness that helps you navigate or even read a little. They may not be stadium floodlights, but amid a blackout at 10 p.m., that soothing light feels like a blessing. Here's the best part. I tested them and was ecstatic when one of these little lights kept my living area visible for hours after dark. What's the kicker? They recharge for free every day. There's no need to squander your battery supply or fumble about with matches. You can acquire dozens of these for the price of a single solar light at an outdoor store, which costs around $120. Grab a dozen of these Dollar Tree ones, sprinkle them about your home and yard, and you'll have a survival advantage when the power goes out. And this for the cost of a couple expensive coffees. Here's the secret, they're truly tucked away in the seasonal aisle. So far, not everyone is aware of their full potential. But believe me, once the word gets out, preppers will flock in like moths to a flame, pun intended, and those shelves will be cleared quickly. So go ahead and grab a few before they are gone. Isn't it kind of hilarious? Those funny tiny lights your neighbor uses for yard gnomes could become your hidden weapon in a crisis. Who would have thought? 2. Long-burning emergency candles. Next up, we have candles. But not your typical scented candles, which you light to create a nice ambience. No, I'm referring to heavy-duty, long-burning emergency candles in tall glass jars, often known as prayer candles. Dollar Tree just replenished a large quantity of these, most likely because folks are beginning to prepare for storm season, or perhaps they simply anticipate a good power outage party. These candles are a prepper's best friend when the power goes out, and here's why. Each one can burn for dozens of hours, some even up to 80 hours straight. That's several nights of dependable, consistent illumination from a $1.25 candle. Sure, it won't light up your entire house, but it will help you navigate through those dark hours without tripping over furniture or frightening the kids. These candles will not light brightly enough to perform surgery, but they will undoubtedly help you prevent a stubbed toe, which is a victory in a blackout. Grab a few for your emergency kit. You'll be pleased you did once the lights go out. And what about the price? Insane. There is so much value for $1. It's as if Dollar Tree is providing you an advantage in a crisis. Who knew that preparation could be so affordable? When all else is dark, these candles shine brightly. And because they're contained in glass, they're far safer than traditional exposed pillar candles. The flame is far less likely to tip over and spark the same calamity you're attempting to avoid. But let's not get too crazy, use your common sense. Do not leave them alone, I mean Captain Obvious, right? What really blows my head is how inexpensive these candles are for their worth. Are there comparable emergency candles available in specialty stores? They cost $5 to $10 each, sometimes more. But here, you can get almost the same thing for $1 and change. It's almost as if you're getting away with something, in a positive manner. I personally grab a few every time I visit, and they've recently refreshed the patterns. Some are simple white, while others feature beautiful images. Now, I know you probably don't care about the appearance when you're hunkered down in a storm, but hey, if they can serve as decor for the rest of the year, why not? The goal is to stock up before they're gone. You know what comes off the shelves first when a huge storm or blizzard approaches, right? Yes, these are the actual candles. And if Dollar Tree raises their prices, as some stores have already begun charging $1.50 for some glass candles, believe me, you'll wish you'd had them sooner. Be proactive. Stock up on at least 5 or 10 of these long-burning candles, and keep them somewhere cool and dry. The next time the lights go out, you'll be the one sitting back with a book, enjoying the soothing glow, while everyone else stumbles around in the darkness. It's old-school technology, maybe, but it's been saving buttocks since ancient times. Don't overlook the modest candle, especially because Dollar Tree virtually gives them away. 3. LED flashlights and lanterns. Candles are fantastic, but there are times when you need something more portable or light. LED lamps and lanterns are now available at Dollar Tree. I was surprised to see these small LED camping lanterns and torches only $2.50. And get this, they actually work. Most inexpensive flashlights are so dim they hardly illuminate a room, but these? They are punching far above their weight. They are lightweight, bright enough for most applications, and run on standard batteries. Basically, they're an absolute deal for any prepper's kit, or even just your nightstand. Let's start with the lantern. You can find this tiny fellow in the hardware or electronics area. It has LED lamps and operates on AA batteries. I took one out of curiosity, expecting it to last 5 minutes. But no. I kept it on as a test, and it remained lit for nearly a week before turning off. That is 7 days of continuous light. I'm not suggesting it's as durable as a $50 Coleman lamp, but is it suitable for emergency use? It definitely does the job. There's even an adjustable brightness switch. You may turn it down to save power or up to illuminate a small space or tent. All for the price of one candy bar. Come on. Then there are LED flashlights. I've seen both small aluminum and plastic handheld variants with numerous LEDs. The newest batches appear much brighter than the old Dollar Tree flashlights I recall. These are ideal for storing in your car, emergency kit, or every area of the house. Because when the power goes out at night, you don't want to be rushing around in the darkness. These flashlights provide fast light wherever you need it, whether you're checking the breaker, walking the dog, or investigating that strange noise outside, probably raccoons, right? Pro tip, while you're there, acquire some extra batteries. Dollar Tree sells packs of AA, AAA, and D batteries. Now, I'm not suggesting they are Duracell quality, but the new alkaline batteries they sell are adequate for low-drain devices such as lanterns. 5. Lighter and matches. Now, having candles and canned heat is fine, but what use are they if you don't have anything to light them with? This is where lighters and matches come in. And I understand that they aren't really new inventions. But Dollar Tree has a new supply of both, and quantity is crucial here. You need a lot of ways to ignite a fire, and you should keep them everywhere. For a prepper, redundancy is essential. At $1.25 per pack, you can afford plenty of redundancy. Check the checkout aisle or the kitchen section for multi-packs of matches. Dollar Tree sells large boxes of wooden matches as well as little matchboxes, which typically come in packs of 8 or 10. Each matchbox contains approximately 32 matches, so do the math. For only $1.25, you could receive several hundred fire starts. This might easily convert into hundreds of prepared meals or lit candles. Every time I go, I grab a couple packs and keep them in the kitchen, the car, my emergency bag, and wherever else I can think of. Fire is one of those things you don't want to be without when things become bad. There can never be too many methods to light a match, so stock up. When everyone else is scrambling, you'll be ready to keep the fire burning. And believe me, that is a great advantage when the lights go out. Let's talk about something that will completely change the way you prepare for survival. Lighters and matches. You're probably thinking, of course, I need those. But believe me, this is one area where you can't afford to take shortcuts. Dollar Tree has recently replenished their lighters and matches, and here's why that's significant for preppers. First up, good old striking bouts. You know, the ones that don't require batteries, don't die after lying in a drawer for months, and are dependable when you need them the most. All you have to do is keep them dry and you're set. I usually have a pack of matches in my emergency bin because it's a basic item that may easily be overlooked, until you're standing in the dark, digging through drawers, thinking, I swore I had matches here somewhere. Don't let that be you. Stock up now and be ready. In terms of lighters, Dollar Tree typically sells disposable butane lighters in 2 or 3 packs, with the occasional exception of long neck utility lighters, the type used for barbecue grills or hard-to-reach wicks. And when you see them, take them. Long neck lighters are a lifesaver, especially when you need to light something deep inside a jar without burning your fingers. I've seen these come and go quickly, so when they're available, consider it a survivalist gem. Grab a number of little pocket lighters. Even if you don't smoke, most preppers probably don't, keeping a dependable lighter in every luggage, room, and automobile is simply prudent. Let us not forget that amid a disaster, lighters become significant commerce products. Imagine someone else's scared expression, pleading for a lighter with a desperate, "My kingdom for a light." You can be the hero with extra lighters to give, or even barter. Dollar Tree lighters may not be as high quality as a Bic, but they do produce a flame, which is all you really need. Sure, some may fail sooner than others, but at this price, you can afford to have a few duds and still come out ahead. Pro tip: keep unused lighters in a cool, dry place, preferably in a Ziploc bag to keep moisture out. The same is true for matches. Store them in a watertight container or wrap them in plastic to keep them dry when you need to strike. To summarize, forget rubbing 2 sticks together. Modern problems deserve modern solutions, such as a lighter and a box of matches. Dollar Tree now has them in stock, but as the panic sets in, these little lifesavers will go faster than toilet paper in 2020. Stock up now while supplies are plentiful and inexpensive, for fire is practically life in survival scenarios. With your stash of lighters and matches, you'll be sitting pretty while others struggle in the dark. 6. First aid supplies and medications. Now, let's talk about something that might truly mean the difference between life and death when things go wrong. First aid supplies and common prescriptions. Dollar Tree has just upped its game in this category, and if you aren't taking advantage, you're missing out. Bandages, antiseptics, pain relievers, and even emergency medical equipment are available for $1.25 each. Bandages? Dollar Tree's own brand, Assured, offers everything from normal adhesive band-aids in a variety of sizes to gauze rolls, sterile pads, and medical tape. Sometimes they even have name-brand options in smaller quantities. Sure, the boxes may not include as many pieces as the Walmart bargain packs, but the price per box is outstanding. Get a variety of sizes, including huge wound pads, elastic bandage wraps for sprains, and cloth bandages for daily cuts. Pro tip: they even have small butterfly closures that can be used to repair a deeper wound instead of stitches. Stock up since bleeding control is critical in an emergency, and you may not have access to a hospital. When it comes to antiseptics and ointments, Dollar Tree has you covered with little bottles of hydrogen peroxide, isopropyl alcohol, and even antibiotic ointment, think generic Neosporin. These were recently refilled in the personal care aisle, and let me tell you, a $1.25 tube of triple antibiotic ointment is worth its weight in gold when it comes to keeping a wound clean in less than ideal conditions. Don't wait till you have an illness. Get a couple tubes now while they are still cheap and easy to find. Now, onto the drugs. Dollar Tree has a good assortment of tiny bottles of pain relievers including ibuprofen and acetaminophen, as well as packets of cold and flu medicine. They even have anti-diarrheal medications and antacids. When SHTF, a headache or upset stomach can quickly become a major issue, especially if you don't have access to a pharmacy. During my last visit, I even saw allergy pills like chlorphenamine and several sleep aids. If you or your family rely on allergy medications, including a few in your basket while you can. Oh, and speaking of first aid, Dollar Tree recently began selling travel-sized first aid kits in compact plastic containers. These kits include a selection of bandages, gauze, and wipes, making them ideal for storing in a backpack or glove compartment. They're excellent starters, and you can always supplement them with additional products later. We can't talk about first aid without including hygiene, because cleanliness means health. The hygiene department at Dollar Tree is always well stocked, but I've recently spotted several new soap and hand sanitizer brands. Grab an additional bar of antibacterial soap, some hand wipes, and possibly a tube of toothpaste or a spare toothbrush. Brushing your teeth may appear little during an emergency, but believe me when I say that dental problems can swiftly escalate into big complications. Furthermore, maintaining basic cleanliness boosts morale. In any emergency or breakdown situation, minor health issues can swiftly escalate into major ones if not addressed. A minor cut could result in a dangerous infection, and a headache could impede your ability to make sound decisions. So stock up on these necessities today. Your future self will appreciate you. Don't overlook first aid and medications in your preparation. If there's one thing you can't afford to overlook in your prepper arsenal, it's a good first aid kit, and Dollar Tree makes it insanely simple to put one together without breaking the bank. When calamity comes, these goods can save lives, and the best part is that they are now available. But when panic sets in, they'll vanish quickly. So, get ahead of the game and stock your home first aid kit with Dollar Tree items while they're cheap, and you'll be congratulating yourself when you have bandages and ibuprofen on hand while everyone else is out of luck. 7. Bleach, disinfectants, and water purifiers. Okay, here's a practical item that may not be as interesting as electronics or food, but it's one of the most crucial things you can add to your survival kit: simple bleach. Yes, the same chlorine bleach you use for laundry may be a prepper's best friend in an emergency, particularly for sanitation and water purification. Dollar Tree has restocked bleach in manageable volumes, and believe me, you should get a bottle or two right away. Clean water and a disease-free environment are essential in any emergency, and bleach provides both. Bottles of ordinary, unscented bleach are available in the cleaning aisle for around $1.25. This is an excellent bargain. Just make sure it's odorless and contains no detergents. You want a pure sodium hypochlorite solution, nothing fancy. Bleach has a shelf life and loses power after approximately a year, but it's inexpensive enough to rotate in your supply. In a survival situation, it has numerous applications, the most important of which is water filtration. If you can't boil water and don't have costly filters, a few drops of bleach will make it safe to drink. The basic rule is around 8 drops per gallon of water, twice if the water is murky. Let it sit for 30 minutes and voila, safe drinking water. Will it taste like a swimming pool? Yes, a little. But believe me, it's a far better trade-off than being stuck with watery disease or dehydration. Don't forget about sanitation. The last thing you want in a grid-down situation or after a tragedy is to become ill as a result of unclean living circumstances. A cap full of bleach in a pail of water is a great disinfectant for cleaning bathrooms, kitchens, and other areas where germs may be present. Furthermore, after a flood or storm, everything is dirty and potentially polluted. Bleach will kill mold, germs, and whatever else is lurking. In an emergency, bleach can also be used to handle human feces. A little bleach might help keep odors under control and infections at bay if you have to make do with a makeshift toilet. Not glamorous, but vital. Why especially Dollar Tree bleach? Bleach was hard to find at Dollar Tree for a while, but after prices were raised to $1.25, it returned to the shelves. Don't take it for granted. It might evaporate quickly during public health emergencies or ordinary shortages. Furthermore, larger supermarkets frequently carry enormous gallon jugs, which are more expensive and heavy, definitely unnecessary if you're on a budget. Dollar Tree's smaller bottles are far easier to store and rotate. One more tip: keep bleach away from children and pets, and don't mix it with other cleansers, especially ammonia, unless you want to inhale deadly gas, which you don't. Keep it basic, well-labeled, and perhaps even write out or memorize the water purification ratios, or jot them down on the bottle with a Sharpie. In an emergency, you don't want to have to estimate how many drops to use. Bottom line: water and cleanliness equal survival. Bleach offers you both. Bleach is currently inexpensive at Dollar Tree, and if something weird happens, Pandemic 2.0, anyone, it will be worth its weight in gold. Get it now so you can sanitize and hydrate while everyone else is scrambling. 8. Duct tape, the multi-use repair hero. If MacGyver were living today, I know he's a fictional character, but bear with me, he'd be loading his Dollar Tree cart with duct tape. This is the ultimate fix-it-all, multi-purpose tool that you'll never regret having in your survival kit. Dollar Tree has recently replenished their duct tape, so it's time for preppers to act. You might believe duct tape can be found elsewhere, but the pricing at Dollar Tree, only $1.25 per roll, is not to be overlooked. This material is a must-have for any prepper's toolkit, and it's generally one of the first items to sell out when people prepare for hurricanes or other calamities. What's the reason? Its applications are virtually limitless. Whether you're mending a tarp, patching up gear, securing a shelter, or making a rapid impromptu repair to a vehicle, duct tape has you covered. It's multipurpose, clings to practically anything, and is inexpensive, particularly at Dollar Tree. In short, stock up on duct tape. It's a must-have for preppers, and at $1.25 per roll, you can't beat the price. When tragedy strikes, you'll be the one to mend things while everyone else scrambles for answers. Let us sing the praises of duct tape in a survival context. Duct tape is a true lifesaver in survival scenarios. Have you got a rip in your tent or tarp? Duct tape it. Need to splint a broken tent pole, or, in a pinch, a fractured bone? Duct tape it. Leaky pipe? Got a blister on your foot? Is there a hole in your shoe? Need to improvise or secure a bandage? Duct tape, duct tape. It's not attractive, but it works. I used duct tape to repair a damaged backpack strap, and it lasted for months. I once made a makeshift rope by twisting a long strip of it. I won't be climbing Everest with it, but it did a good job of securing some gear. The strange anecdotes are infinite. The point is that in an emergency, you'll never remark, "Gee, I wish I didn't have that extra roll of duct tape." Dollar Tree normally sells smaller rolls, rather than the massive monster rolls found at Home Depot, but those smaller rolls are more portable and still provide ample length for most projects. Now, how about the quality? It's a little thinner than expensive brands, but it still does the job. Sometimes a somewhat thinner tape is simpler to work with for finer tasks, and hey, you can always double layer it if necessary. For $1.25, I generally get a few rolls. And here's a pleasant surprise. They occasionally come in other colors and patterns, such as camo duct tape. While this is mainly decorative, a brightly colored tape could be handy for marking or signaling in a pinch. Now for the kicker. Dollar Tree has lately added heavy-duty packaging tape and even electrical tape to their inventory. The hardware aisle was packed with sticky solutions. Packaging tape is ideal for sealing up boxes of supplies to keep damp and insects out. It's also useful for taping windows during a storm, while duct tape will accomplish the same job. Electrical tape is useful for fixing wire, but it can also be used for ordinary binding. It's elastic and weather-resistant, basically, another must-have prepper gadget. You may assemble a small cassette arsenal for $1.25 each. Tape does not expire, takes up little space, and is extremely adaptable. Consider this: a storm smashes a hole in your window. A plastic sheet and duct tape will provide a temporary patch to keep the rain and wind out. Has your rain poncho been ripped? Duct tape patch. Need to secure a tarp shelter? Duct tape. Use tape to reinforce grommet holes or twist cables. If you run out of medical tape when performing first aid, a short strip of duct tape will suffice to fix a bandage. Simply do not apply it directly to a wound, unless you love the discomfort of removing it. I've even seen individuals use duct tape to create a DIY chest closure for a puncture wound during a trauma. It is not ideal, but in a life-or-death MacGyver situation, it can be effective. So yes, duct tape is absolutely vital. When everyone else is scurrying for it at the last minute, you'll have a stockpile because you wisely purchased it when it was cheap at Dollar Tree. It's almost ludicrous how something so inexpensive can be so important, but it's real. Grab it now, since whenever a crisis strikes, duct tape tends to fly off the shelves. Whether it's tomorrow's storm or the zombie apocalypse, your future self will be grateful that you had lots of duct tape on hand. Trust me. 9. Freeze-dried foods. Lightweight, long-lasting snacks. Now, let's get into the food zone, notably the freeze-dried fruit and other long-lasting treats that Dollar Tree recently introduced. Yes, you heard that correctly, Dollar Tree sells freeze-dried food. Normally, freeze-dried fruits, vegetables, and even meals are only available in camping stores or upscale supermarkets, with exorbitant prices. But in recent weeks, Dollar Tree has introduced these small packs of so-natural freeze-dried fruits, strawberries, apples, mixed fruit mixes, and even peaches or pears, depending on the shop. For a prepper, this is an incredible find. For just $1.25 per bag, you get excellent, vitamin-rich fruit that lasts forever, or at least years, without refrigeration. Why is freeze-dried food so useful for prepping? Two major reasons: shelf life and weight. The freeze-drying process removes almost all of the water, making the food shelf-stable for many years, as long as it remains sealed and dry. It also makes the meal extremely lightweight, making it ideal for packing in a go-bag or carrying during an evacuation. Unlike some emergency rations which taste like cardboard, freeze-dried fruit is truly tasty, whether rehydrated or eaten dry as a crunchy snack. It keeps the flavor and most of the nutrients found in fresh fruits. Fresh produce is one of the first things to go in a crisis, but you, my wise buddy, will have a cache of strawberries and peaches in foil pouches to prevent scurvy. So buy a few packets and begin stockpiling your emergency fruit supply while Dollar Tree still has them. You'll be ready when everyone else is scurrying for already gone fresh fruit. I used to pay around $4 for a similar-sized bag of freeze-dried strawberries at the grocery store. $4 for one snack, compared to $1.25 now? That's an incredible value. It feels like they're basically giving it away. My theory? Dollar Tree received a great shipment deal and is passing the savings on to customers, which is good with me. I've been picking up a few each time, and let me tell you, they're addictive. Pro tip: keep some hidden from yourself as part of your emergency supply, otherwise you'll wind up eating them all on movie night. Ask me how I know. In addition to fruit, keep an eye out for additional long-lasting food items that Dollar Tree has recently stocked. I've seen trail mix and nuts, excellent sources of protein and fat, with a lengthy shelf life if unopened. They even sell beef jerky in little packs, a great source of protein and generally steady, but keep an eye on the price per ounce. Still, at $1.25, it's portion controlled. They occasionally have granola bars or energy bars that are nearing the end of their shelf life, perfect for snacking and providing a short energy boost. While not freeze-dried, these are similar in that they are portable and non-perishable. Another treasure: peanut butter in small plastic jars. It is not freeze-dried, but it is one of those foods that is extremely shelf-stable. If your Dollar Tree has it, get a couple. Peanut butter is high in calories, does not require cooking, and has a long shelf life even after opening. Sure, the oil may separate, but simply swirl it. Spread it on the crackers they sell, or eat it right off the spoon for a quick energy boost in an emergency. When times are tough, a spoonful of peanut butter can feel like bliss. But let's get back to the star of the show: freeze-dried fruits. Consider this for variety. If you're stuck eating canned beans and rice every day, having some sweet fruit bits to snack on might really boost mood. Additionally, they give natural carbohydrates and nutrients. You may combine them with oatmeal, which Dollar Tree also sells in sachets, for a more complete meal. Alternatively, add them into trail mix. If you have kids, consider giving them freeze-dried apple slices as a treat. They'll believe it's candy. Time for the urgent pitch. These freeze-dried packs are a popular item, and news is spreading. I've even seen TikTok videos and posts raving about them. When customers realize they can obtain their costly health snacks or camping food from Dollar Tree, the shelves will clear. Also, these things can arrive in waves, which means they may only be available for a month before disappearing, either sold out or withdrawn. So, grab a bunch while you can. They take up almost no space and weigh virtually nothing. Even if you live in a small flat and prepare in a closet, you can fit a dozen packets with ease. Survival is more than just surviving. It is also about not being miserable. A little fruity crunch may brighten up even the darkest day. And knowing you've secured it for pocket change? That is just the icing on top. Or should I say, the strawberry on top? Don't pass up this delectable deal. Your future self with a sweet tooth will appreciate it. 10. Canned proteins: tuna, chicken, and surprise meat treats. Last but not least, let's discuss canned proteins. Dollar Tree recently restocked, and they're ready to stock your prep cupboard. We're talking tuna, chicken, and perhaps even some unusual canned meat items. Protein is the fundamental building element of life, and it is essential in emergencies to keep your muscles and immune system healthy. And while Dollar Tree has long sold canned food, they've stepped up their game with fresh shipments of canned tuna, canned chicken, and even Vienna sausages and sardines. You should grab them right away because affordable protein that lasts for years on the shelf is the holy grail of prepping, and it's currently flying under the radar at your local Dollar Tree. Let us start with tuna. I was pleased to see a variety of tuna alternatives, including basic tuna in water and flavored tuna pouches. Lemon pepper tuna, anyone? Tuna is lean and high in protein, and cans or pouches survive a long time. Check the expiration date. It's generally many years. It's already cooked, so you can eat it right from the can if necessary. Imagine a wonderful apocalypse picnic. Slap it on some saltine crackers, also available at Dollar Tree, and you've got yourself a decent snack or supper with protein and carbs. Unlike fresh meat, you won't have to worry about refrigeration or rotting. A huge win. Then there's canned chicken. This is gold. Canned chicken is ready to eat, full of protein, and has a long shelf life. Perfect for mixing into any dish or eating on its own in a pinch. I've grabbed a lot of these because they're so adaptable. These canned protein options are ideal for stockpiling your emergency food supply. They take up little space and do not require refrigeration, making them a game changer when it comes to preparation. Don't wait, grab these cans while they're still available at Dollar Tree. You may add it to any recipe, such as soup or spaghetti, or mix it with rice and beans to receive some animal protein. Dollar Tree's cans are typically smaller, about 5 ounces, but they occasionally stock slightly larger ones. Regardless, they're ideal for single meal amounts. I noticed a new brand on the shelf recently, which suggests they're doing anything they can to keep it in stock. If you've ever priced canned chicken at another supermarket, you'll know that it may occasionally cost $2 to $3 per can, but here, $1.25. Thank you very much. I actually use these for everyday quick dinners, not just end-of-world events. But I always maintain a couple dozen in my emergency stash and rotate them out as needed. Let's talk fun canned meats, Vienna sausages, potted meat, Spam, and sardines. They may not be everyone's favorite gourmet food, but they endure a long time and contain calories and fat, all of which are necessary, especially in cold weather survival circumstances. Vienna sausages, those squishy, tiny hot dog-like things in a can, are a staple pantry survival meal. Each can has approximately 300 calories and some protein. Are they taste sensations? Debatable. You either grew up with them and love their strange charm, or you cringe at the prospect. But in a pinch, you'll gladly consume them. Dollar Tree just sold multiple flavors. Barbecue-flavored Vienna sausages were my recent choice. Out of morbid curiosity, I tried them, and guess what? They weren't so horrible. The barbecue sauce made them more appealing right out of the tin. More importantly, children will frequently eat them, which is handy if you have finicky eaters and few options. Sardines and canned mackerel are extremely nutritious foods, packed with omega-3s, protein, and generally in oil, additional calories. They are available in a variety of sauces, including spicy sauce and mustard, for $1.25, which is an excellent value given that sardines are both healthful and filling. Because they come in compact cans, they are convenient to transport. I always assumed that if I had to travel out on foot, a few cans of sardines and tuna in my bag would suffice for a day or two. The oil provides an additional energy source, and it can even be used as an improvised fuel for a light or fire starter. Multitaskers take the win. I'll also briefly address canned beans, such as black beans and kidney beans. They provide protein and fiber, and Dollar Tree frequently sells them. If you see them in stock, handle them similarly to proteins. They work nicely with canned meat to lengthen meals or as a vegetarian protein source on their own. A can of beans, a can of chicken, and some spices, yes. Dollar Tree also offers seasonings. Make either a robust stew or a filling burrito mix. The value proposition is massive. Where else can you obtain a protein-rich food item for little over $1 that does not require refrigeration and lasts for years? That's why you should act fast. These things tend to sell out rapidly when people start feeling the pinch or when supermarket prices elsewhere rise.